Hi, so as most of you will have seen, this morning we released our quarter one trading update. Really solid progress. Revenue at 4.4 million, slightly up on quarter four, but to be honest, we didn't really expect a massive revenue leap, and we can't expect that until we sort of really sort out the warehouse. What are the salient points? Well, I think the interesting thing for me is we took the decision at the beginning of the quarter to really throttle back Discount Dragon and to see the potential of both NutriCircle and Boop. In January, we decided to do a sale with remnant stock and some of the slower moving stock in Discount Dragon. That allowed us to clear that stock, which freed up space in the warehouse for both NutriCircle and Boop Beauty stock. But the consequence of that was Discount Dragon recorded a sort of lesser revenue in that month because people took advantage of the sale items, so they got effectively more for less. But it cleared the warehouse space. So what did that allow us to do? Well, it really allowed us to prove the potential of both NutriCircle and Boop. I mean, NutriCircle, just to put it into perspective, revenues grew by some 68% over quarter four 2024 to just over 1.2 million. So a massive increase in that business, and also it moved in both February and March into sort of a profitable state. So, albeit small, but we can see where that is going. Boop Beauty, again, continues to grow, and we continue to be enthused by this brand, the margins in it, the AOV, etc. Revenues grew by 41% to £700,000, a sort of £200,000 increase on where we were in quarter four. I think what's interesting with this brand is we really got behind it. March revenues were sort of the equivalent of both January and February combined. So you can see where that business is going. Still losing a little bit of money, but that loss has reduced tremendously over the last 3 months. And we can clearly see where it's going and a clear trajectory towards profitability. So on Discount Dragon, January was a tough month. It always was going to be a tough month. But we knew that because, as I said, we had to see what the potential was for NutriCircle and Boop Beauty with the limited sort of warehouse space that we had. So revenue for the quarter, £2.5 million, down about £500,000 on where we were in 2024. But as I said, mainly driven by that sale where people got more for less. February and March bounced back revenues to sort of nearer the £1 million mark. So very much back on track, and the trajectory back to sort of a profitable status. We had some pain in March, and that was really driven by two things. One, the lift, well, three things. The lift breaking down, the real constraints on the warehouse in terms of us running at absolute maximum capacity as both Boop and NutriCircle started to perform. And also the migration to DPD. We had to work out how they work, they've got to work out how we work. And that's resulted, as I said last week, in higher than expected returns and refunds. But we're on top of that. And we can already see that reducing, and we will get that really under control in the next few days and weeks. I'm not concerned about it. It's a process issue. The bigger sort of threat I always worry about is there demand for our products? And there clearly is demand for the products, whether it be Discount Dragon, Boop Beauty or NutriCircle. We can see the demand. So what are we doing about it? Well, as I've laboured on for lots of weeks and hours, look, we've got the fourth floor coming on board. That's pretty much now complete. It was racked out and barcoded up last week, so we're pretty much ready to go. We've introduced a sort of sophisticated system in terms of booking goods in and goods out, so we can ensure that all of that's done in a timely manner, and we can really sort of start to smooth out the process of processing goods. We're already seeing the The team process over 2,000 orders a day. I'm not saying that's happening every day, so as I said before, don't go timesing that by 30, but we can see that is very, very possible. So it starts to show us what we can achieve. And I think last week we did 2,400 in one day. So we can now start ramping up the marketing in line with what our warehouse can do. And we've got to, it's always a sort of very fine balance, because what we don't want to do is, as we've done before and we've paid the price, is to swamp the warehouse, goods don't get out in a timely manner, and then we end up with customers not getting it for 2 or 3 days. They then end up complaining, and it's just not a great piece. So we need to get the goods to the customers quickly and efficiently. The more we do that, the more we get the right product at the right price to the customer in a timely manner, then the more we can grow our business. So it's a relatively simple thing, but you've got to make sure that every single piece of that jigsaw fits together. So look, all in all, a solid quarter. March, barring the sort of refunds and additional warehouse costs caused by the lift and stuff, we would have pretty much been at sort of operational break even across the piece. So we can see where we're going. We can see it's the right trajectory. We know what we've got to do. So we just got to now get on and do it. So thank you very much. See you next week.